In terms of scales, Taffanel Gobert for regular scales in all different combinations of articulations, as I've mentioned before. I would also suggest that you pay attention to your chromatic scales. Really spend a lot of time not only with majors and minors, but with chromatics. And there's an exercise in a book by Roger Stevens, the late teacher from Los Angeles, who at one time was a member of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. His book is entitled Artistic Flute Technique and Study, and he suggests this for really overhauling your chromatic scales. Put the metronome on at 60 and start with a major third. Play 4 notes within 1 beat. You get the idea. What you want to do is maintain a really relaxed approach to your fingers. You also want to check your stance. Generally, I would be standing when I would practice. Make sure that your shoulder blades are down and that you're thinking of great width between your 2 shoulders. We as flutists are really at risk. We tend to do this when we play. So do as much as you can when you're practicing tone and articulation, and especially technical work, to stay physically very poised and very attentive. So you've done a major third. You can now expand the interval to a perfect fourth. Same tempo. Etc. 4 times through each particular group of notes. And by the time you get up to the top octave, just 5 notes can begin to feel a little more awkward. When you are able to play 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 notes very evenly, go for an octave. That's the ultimate goal, so that you're able to play etc. It's very, very helpful. It took me many months to work on this the first time I tried. I was in my early 30s. I really did not like how my chromatic scales were sounding, and so I recommend these very highly. If you're bored with scales, go to Walfrid Kujala's Vade Mecum. He has all kinds of fascinating groups of notes, pentatonic scales. Or and many different kinds of articulations there. How about your Hungarian minors? We use those all the time in Doppler's Hungarian Fantasy. When you listen to clarinetists play the Brahms Clarinet Quintet, for example, you will hear Hungarian minor. What is it? It's a harmonic minor scale, but with a raised fourth. And Mr. Kujala, again, has all kinds of wonderful articulations to spice up that scale. He also suggests octatonic scales, half steps and whole steps. We use those a lot in French repertoire, especially. I can think of Ibert, Bozza. So it's very, very helpful to learn the sound of those scales and also feel them under your fingers. What's also wonderful about adding different scales to your routine is that they're beautiful. They're groups of notes that we use in our music making, and we need to play them with a really musical and artistic approach. So scales are not just about fingers. They are about finding an artistic way to use technique.